Hi guys, so I asked you to send me some questions for just a little Q&A. I wanted Basil to be in it, but he's like slightly to the left of me, but he doesn't want to come and join in today. But I thought I'd do the Q&A just here because I've got a little time to kill before my bus. So the first question was, what are my goals for this year? And as it is halfway through the year and Basil has been out of work for such a long time, the main goal for this year will basically be to bring him back into work fully, and hopefully by the end of the year we'll be controlling his jumping a bit better, because I don't know if any of you know, but beforehand when I've tried to jump Basil, he kind of just runs towards jumps. The second one was to explain my story with Basil. Basically, my story is a bit weird. So when I was 15 in 2013, Basil was my first horse that I kind of owned. I loaned him, but yeah, I had him back in 2013. I loved him to bits. I got along with him really well, and I had him for just over 6 months that time. Everything was really good, but unfortunately stuff happened. It's a long story, but he went away and I lost contact with his owner for almost 2 years. Then I had a reunion with him 2 years later. It was 2015. I saw him again, and he was kept on a yard that was quite far away from me, so I could only have him on part loan 1 day a week, which was sad because I'd been so used to having him every day. But it was so lovely to see him again. I had a really cute reunion clip with him, and I just was so happy to have him back in my life. He moved away, unfortunately, basically, and I lost contact again for about almost 4-5 years. I don't know. So I put in onto a website, a Facebook page called Trace My Horse. I put into there if anyone knew where his whereabouts were and if he was still okay, basically, just to make sure he was fine, because I hadn't heard from him for so long. And then I got a reply, and I got back in touch with his owner, and she said that he wasn't being ridden because she couldn't ride, and so she wanted to know if I wanted him back, and obviously I did. So then I put into motion everything, and finally he's unfortunately, I thought it was behind me then, but no, he's a bit farther out. But he came home about nearing to 3 weeks now. We're just coming up to the 3rd week on Monday, and so he's been with me for around 3 weeks now, which is, I've loved having him back. It's been kind of wild and amazing, but I'll probably go into our story in further depth with like proper inserts with clips and stuff as a separate video, but just for now that's kind of the brief story. But yeah, what's your favourite memory with Basil? My favourite memory with Basil is probably one day I was feeling really rough. I was not very well when I had Basil the first time, like mentally, and I decided to go on a hike. It was autumn and it was cold and horrible, but we went out on a really lovely long hike, just me and him around the woods. What's my dream camera? I actually have pretty much my dream camera. My dream camera is my Nikon D810. I'm kind of happy with what I have, but my dream lens would be the 70-200 2.8, which is kind of what I want next. So that's like my dream camera related item, but I've got my dream camera. Do you plan on doing any shows with Basil this summer? No, probably not. Not this summer. I would love to, but A, he's not in full work, so it would be a bit unfair to just thrust him into that. B, I don't really have the money to like hire transport and stuff. And C, he has a scar on his leg, so he wouldn't be able to do any in-hand stuff. So even if I didn't do riding stuff, he wouldn't really be able to do it, because he definitely wouldn't win, because he's got a big scar. So for now I think we're just going to work on getting ourselves back ready. But yeah, who are your biggest horse inspirations? Probably, I really enjoy watching Yessa and Matt, mainly because, especially Yessa, like Matt is really dedicated to like his horses and stuff, and I love that, but Yessa is just so like, I don't know the word for it, but he just loves, you can just tell that he really loves his horse, and he would never ever dream of hurting any horse. And like there's a few times in the videos where he's just like been so surprised when he's seen something like someone else has hurt a horse, and he just doesn't have like can't understand why anyone would do that, and that's kind of really inspiring to me, because I would love to be like that, because I've never hurt Basil or any horse, but I get so frustrated sometimes that I would love to be so, like, I don't really know what the word is, but so, like, in love with animals and stuff that I'm basically perfect. But yeah, no, I love watching them. And then also, obviously, Ava as well. I was like, who am I missing? Ava. Also Ava, I think. I have followed Ava probably the longest. I found Yessa through Ava about a really long time ago. But, and then Matt came into things a lot later on. But I have been watching Ava for a really, really long time, and she has always been such a huge inspiration. I think she's got an amazing sense of humour, which I love. I'm always laughing when I'm watching videos that she's like filmed and stuff. But yeah, no, a lot of my inspiration is from them. Biggest pet peeve in the horsey world is probably just how, like, bitchy it can get. I know that I get caught up in it too, like, I'm really not saying I'm blameless, but I think there is something to do with horses where I think we love our animals so much we sometimes forget to appreciate humans as well. So I think that side of things, I think we all love animals, so I don't see why we can't get along. Favourite thing about the horsey world is probably we can be so supportive. The other side of it I love is when we all get together and it's so supportive. I wouldn't have survived losing Basil the first time round without the people I met through YouTube, because honestly they're the only thing that got me through. Where do you see yourself as a rider in 5 years? Where do you want to be? If I hadn't got Basil back, I probably would have said I wouldn't be riding, I probably wouldn't have a horse, I probably wouldn't be doing anything. Now I just want to have Basil still, to be honest. I promised him when I first had him that we would grow old together. It was like a giant promise. I probably shouldn't have made it. You can't understand, but I feel it. But yeah, no, I would like to still have Basil and be doing whatever we're doing. And one day maybe have another horse. I'd quite like to have horses on my own property. That's kind of my main, like my biggest dream. Just refilming the outro, so because I was going to go film it with Basil, but he's on the other side of the field and I can't be bothered. So if you enjoyed that video, please comment what you want to see from this channel, because I'm new to vlogging and I'm not sure what people want to see. So see you, bye bye.